Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to Spoiler Country, hockey fans. On yourliveevent.com, it's our inaugural contest of Grafton-Park River hockey between the Spoilers and the Devils Lake Firebirds. There's the Firebirds, and there are the Spoilers in the new uniforms this season as well. Going to be with you here on yourliveevent.com. James Martins, Leah Burns will be along for the camera here tonight, as it's our first of 10, I do believe, hockey games on the schedule this season, featuring Grafton-Park River and some of the best of the EDC and one or two other teams as well. Follow along on our Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Field drain tile, 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating scoreboard helping us to stay on track with the score lines here for this evening. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with pregame head coach comments from the head coach of the Grafton-Park River Spoilers and Joey Demers. A little bit later on, we'll take lay of the land in the EDC and the WDA for hockey in the state of North Dakota. This is North Dakota Hockey, Grafton-Park River, Devils Lake on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes to bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Our pregame coaches' comments here ahead of our inaugural Grafton-Park River boys hockey contest on yourliveevent.com between the Spoilers and the Devils Lake Firebirds, joined by the Grafton-Park River head coach and Joey Demers. And Coach, again, thanks for having us here. Thanks for allowing us the opportunity to be here. For those of our regular fans aren't necessarily Grafton-Park River fans, just want to see some hockey on your live event. Kind of walk us through the team you got this year and how you're looking so far in the first couple games.
Yeah, so this is actually the most numbers we've had in about 4 or 5 years, I'd say. So we've actually finally been able to have a JV team and varsity. So our numbers are getting better. So this is kind of the start. And then next year, should get even more guys coming up. So, yeah, the last few years, we've just done strictly a varsity schedule. So it's been tough. I mean, we've had some guys that needed some JV minutes and more reps. And so they kind of got lost the last few years with just doing varsity. So it's been kind of nice to do JV now. Those guys are getting more playing time, more touches. So we're really excited. We're excited with this group that we got. We're a pretty young group. Got some young first-year varsity guys that are playing some important minutes for us. So we'll see. It's a learning curve, and we'll just keep growing week by week.
Of course, for this region, this sport in the state of North Dakota, you look at different regions of sports, and I think this is the toughest region as far as sports in the state of North Dakota. You've got the likes of Grand Forks Central, a perennial powerhouse, Grand Forks Red River as well, and don't forget about those Fargo teams that get thrown in there, and you got Devils Lake tonight as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no easy games, especially in the EDC. I mean, it's tough, physical, fast hockey every night, so we know we got to bring our best. And like I said, we just saw it last week against Central. They're just really high-flying, powerful offensive team. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good test, especially like Youngtown. I mean, in the past, we've competed with those teams throughout just our history of this program. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is trying to build that back up and gain some respect in the EDC. But it's up to us to do it and to go prove it. So, like I said, this kind of the start with this group is to build on this, and we'll see what happens.
First couple of games in, what are some of the things technically that you've liked from your guys so far?
Yeah, I think our top line so far with Larson, Moe, and Troff and they've created some chemistry together. They've generated a lot of offense for us, so that line's been good. We've been kind of inconsistent with our other few lines. We're kind of waiting for those guys to maybe come together a little bit more and provide a little more offense for us. Goaltending has been solid for us. I mean, we kind of were basically balancing two goalies throughout the start of the year, not sure which one was going to kind of take the reins. And Case and Twomley's been our varsity starter for 2 games, and he's done a phenomenal job for us. So, yeah, again, I mean, we've been inconsistent at times. We had a good start against Mayville. It was nice to get the win, against them. And then obviously Central was just a whole different pace for us that we weren't quite ready for. So, again, it's just a youthful team that's been a little inconsistent, so I think we just want to see some more consistency.
You mentioned the youth side of things. Of course, a big thing in hockey is the discipline. You want to keep your guys all out on the ice, out of the box. How's that going the first couple games?
Yeah, so far so good. We've been disciplined, which has been great. Special teams hasn't really hurt us yet, so that's a good thing. I think our biggest thing is just we're looking for 3 solid lines. We have 1 line we've been kind of relying heavily on, and I think for us we need 3 lines. We're not going to win a lot of hockey games relying on 1 line. So I think we're just looking for some guys to step up and kind of create their roles for themselves, and so that's what we're looking for tonight. We want 3 lines to be able to roll out there and 4 defensemen, and yeah.
Historically, kind of a similar program to you guys. Devils Lake has had some good years. They've had some great athletes, and they come in here tonight looking for a win as well, a key game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we've had some good battles with Devils Lake in the recent years. They've knocked us out of the play-in game the last couple of years, so they return a lot. Their goalie, all-state goalie's back, so yeah, they got some high-powered skill players, so we know it's going to be a tough battle, and they always play a physical brand of hockey, so they're going to make it hard on us, and it's up to us to, use our speed and get pucks deep and establish our forecheck. So we're just hoping to set the tone for tonight.
Joey Demers, head coach for Grafton-Park River, joining us here in our pregame coaches' comments. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, James.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Contact the Installation Place in Grafton for all your spray foam installation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the Insulation Place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Back here to Grafton as we get set for Grafton-Park River Hockey on YourLiveEvent.com as they host the Devils Lake Firebirds. Take a look at the lay of the land here for the EDC and the WTA and both of these teams as well. Grafton-Park River starting out their season 1-1 with a win over Mayport area 6-4 and falling to Grand Forks Central 11-2. So they're hoping to get back on the winning track here tonight. As the Spoilers 1-1 overall, and in region play as well. As we take a look at the Devils Lake Firebirds, they are 0-1 to start the season, falling to Botno Rugby 3-2. Scored a pair of goals in the third period before falling in overtime, 0-for-7 on the power play in that one. So Devils Lake certainly looking to cash in on those special teams this time around. Of course, Grand Forks Central at the top of the standings with Fargo Davies. And Central both 1-0. In the region play, South Shanley, Grafton-Park River 0-1. Everybody else 0-0 coming into the region schedule here. As again, getting started with hockey all across the state of North Dakota. And as we take a look here at some of the East Region schedules, some of the games going on here, some of the standings as well. Again, your top team this year looks to be Grand Forks Central. Tonight, they are hosting the West Fargo Packers in a game there again at Grand Forks. Fargo Davies again near the top of the standings. Their next game is also tonight at West Fargo Cheyenne. And Fargo North in action, not in action until Saturday when they will take on the West Fargo Packers. Grand Forks Red River. Their next game on the schedule, they just got underway at the Coliseum against Fargo North. So games on the schedule there. And as for South Shanley, their next game is Thursday when this Grafton-Park River squad goes down there. Goes down to Fargo to take on South Shanley. WDA, again, a few more games under their belt. Jamestown, Minot, Mandan, and Bismarck Century at the top of the standings, or Jamestown, Minot, and Mandan at the top of the standings. Their Century, Legacy, Botno Rugby, Dickinson, Williston, Bismarck High, and Hazen Beulah yet to play in their regional contests. So that's kind of a little bit of the lay of the land. Again, home hockey games this season on YourLiveEvent.com. We're excited to bring you those contests courtesy of our sponsors. Thank you to them for helping us bring these games to you. 24-25 Boys State preseason coaches poll. Grand Forks Central ahead of the season was ranked number 1 with 11 of the 20 first place votes. Red River receiving 7 of the first place votes in second. Minot third with the first place vote. West Fargo High in fourth, and North with the other first place vote, top 5. Grafton-Park River ranked number 15 and Devils Lake number 12 in the preseason poll across the state. As far as the preseason ADC coaches poll, again, Central, your top team, Red River at 2. Grafton-Park River comes in at number 9. And, of course, Mayport area does not play a region schedule. They slot into the 10th spot. These two teams got a lot of history. They played each other, splitting the games and the playing rounds of the EDC tournaments the last couple of years. But both, again, as Joey Demers alluded to in the pregame coaches' comments, trying to build their program up and trying to get back to their historical excellence they've had in the past. Take another quick break. We'll come back. Before we know, we'll have our starting lines, and we'll have the face-off. It's Grafton-Park River, Devils Lake from Grafton on yourliveevent.com, North Dakota High School Hockey.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Contact the insulation place in Grafton for all your spray foam insulation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the insulation place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the insulation place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
The best thing about winter in Devil's Lake is the ice fishing. Just dropping a line down the hole and waiting for that big whopper to bite. Winter can cause some big problems too, like with your furnace and heating systems. That's when you need to get Clementines on the line. They service all fuel types and all makes and models of heating systems.
Jay, aren't you supposed to be in school?
Just keep it nice. I was sworn for you, Dad.
Back here in Grafton, Grafton-Park River home opener on yourliveevent.com. They were slated to have their home opener earlier this year, but had a little conundrum there with the ice, and so they had to switch a couple games around and start out their season on the road. Again, 1-1 this season. And so they're looking to get back in the win column after a tough loss, Grafton, to Grand Forks Central. Meanwhile, Devils Lake looking for their first win of the season after dropping their opener against Bottineau Rugby. Again, good to be with you here on yourliveevent.com. As Leah Burns on the camera here this evening, James Martin's here with you from Grafton. As we take a look down the ice, as the Grafton-Park River hockey cheerleaders make their way onto the ice. That means we're getting closer and closer to the start of high school hockey on yourliveevent.com on the North Dakota side of the Red River. I want to remind you about our other schedule tonight on yourliveevent.com. Some other broadcasts going on this evening. We are well underway with our high school sports for the winter sports season. Park Christian, Ada Borup West doing boys basketball, doing battle tonight. Oak Grove, Hillsborough Central Valley, and girls action. That's the Burrows season opener. Perham and Holly, girls basketball. Northern Cass hosts Lisbon, girls basketball action. Sargent County girls basketball hosts South Border. Aiken is at Hibbing for a wrestling duel. LaPorte is at Pine River Bacchus, girls basketball. Deer River hosts International Falls and Minnesota girls basketball as well. That's the action going on tonight on yourliveevent.com. As the little youngest spoilers, the North Stars, they get onto the ice there on the left top side of your screen ahead of the Grafton-Park River Spoilers in their new uniforms. Coming out, they'll come out here shortly. And there they come out here right now. Spoilers in the gold jerseys with the maroon pants and the gold trim on the breezers, I should say. With the maroon and gold socks, black skates, maroon or gold helmets, and the goalie this evening, of course, and the white goalie mask. They come out there onto the ice on that left-hand side, mixed in with the latest, or with the youngest, the newest Grafton hockey players. And while they're out on the ice, let's take a look here at our American Crystal Sugar Company starting lines here. American Crystal Sugar Company, live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grower owned, crystalsugar.com. Starting line there for the Spoilers. It'll be the junior at the wing, left wing, number 11, James Larson. The sophomore center, number 13, Noah Troffgruben. And the other wing, sophomore, number 18, Marcus Moe. Starting defenders, junior, number 10, David Jelinek. And a sophomore, number 6, Soren Olsen. And the goaltender, starting goaltender tonight for the Spoilers is Kason Twomley, sophomore. Starters for head coach Joey DeMer, assisted by Todd Presting, Josh Burianic, and statisticians as well, Cheyenne Blackcloud and Julia Height. And for the Devils Lake Firebirds, their starting lineups here. We'll go over to the Firebirds there now. Starting lineups there for the Firebirds at the center position. It'll be Weston Stromey, the sophomore. At the wings, junior, number 4, Braxton Deaver, and number 6, Logan Stokey. And at another wing, Weston Nelson, number 14, a junior. And your starting defenders, Braxton Boline, a junior, and Caden McCarthy, a sophomore. And the goalie, starting goalie for Devils Lake, the senior, number 33, Brody Forsberg. That's the starters again, Stokey and Nelson on the wings, Stromey at center, Boline and McCarthy at defense, and Forsberg at the goal for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Again, that's our starting lines, presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grower owned, crystalsugar.com. As the Spoilers are going to make their way out onto the ice for their starting lines. 4 lines listed there for Grafton-Park River. They've got representatives, of course, from Grafton-Park River, as well as Minto and Cavalier. On that third line, especially Minto sophomore Camden Risky and Cavalier senior Jonas Kuhn are included in the Grafton-Park River lineup. At Devils Lake, of course, so they got representatives, I believe, from Candu and Langdon as well. So lots of communities involved for both of these teams. Again, the goalie coming out to here, Kason Twomley. The goalie this season, a sophomore. He's started the 2 games this season, an 84% save percentage there for the Spoilers. Again, they're starting defenders, David Jelinek with 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist on the season. 1 point for Soren Olsen with a goal and the year. And they're starting the lineup here. Starting a line forwards, James Larson. He's got 4 points on the season, team leader in scoring. He's coming up there right now, number 11, with a goal and 3 assists. Noah Troffgruben, 3 points on the year, a goal and 2 assists. And Marcus Moe with a point with a goal as well. So that's your starters again by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live that sweet life. Great careers, quality products, grow your own. CrystalSugar.com. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll come back with the face-off here from Grafton. It's Grafton-Park River and Devil's Lake on yourliveevent.com.
I'm Diana, and I work at Marvin. Working in manufacturing, not a lot of sitting, so it just makes your day go by faster. Belonging to Marvin makes me feel stable. 25 years. My kids were little when I started here in Grafton. Now I have a daughter that works here. She was one of the ones that pushed me to become the lead, pushed me to be the person that I am now. And I just see myself retiring here. If you're looking for an awesome place to work, come join me at Marvin.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton for all your spray foam insulation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the Insulation Place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
And back here after the national anthem and our American Crystal Sugar Company starting lines for this evening. Again, follow along on our Chad's Excavating scoreboard as the Grafton-Park River Spoilers 1-1 on the season, 0-1 in region play, and the Devils Lake Firebirds 0-1 on the season. Their first region game of the year here in the EDC. Again, these two teams know each other fairly well, as they were both in the play. They face each other in the playing rounds each of the last 2 years of the EDC tournament. And both looking for an early season victory here. As I mentioned to Joey Demers in the pregame conversation, I'd say in all of sports in the state of North Dakota, it is one of the toughest regions, if not the toughest region in any sport here in the Flickertail States. Again, the Spoilers in their new uniforms. They'll skate left to right. And for Devil's Lake, they will go right to left in the black jerseys with the red trim, white numbers outlined in red as well. And again, skating right to left there. Head coach for Devil's Lake, Landon Swenson, assisted by Jared Swenseth, Matt Schindley, and Blair Martinson. And again, behind the bench for Grafton-Park River, Joey Demers, assisted by Todd Presting, Josh Burianic. And the cheer coach as well. I want to give a shout out to Alondra Martinez. Again, our inaugural broadcast of Grafton Park River Hockey on yourliveevent.com. And the puck's going to be dropped at 7:08. We're underway here from Grafton. Puck drop there to the Firebirds. They're on the near side. Good hit laid out there by Troffgruben. And Devils Lake will control there behind their own net with Bowling. Pass there into the neutral zone. And dumped in by Strobey. Behind the spoiler net Taken there by Stokey. And Stokey tried to pass it off, turned it over back to the Spoilers. Spoilers will chase it down. It's collected back there by Kaden McCarthy. McCarthy dropped off there along the far boards. Back towards center ice. They'll fight for it. And it's taken back there by the Spoilers. First minute of play here in this opening period. 16 minutes remaining here. 17-minute periods, 3 periods, of course. It's tied. We go to overtime, but we're far from that. Out there on the far side, taking it Thomas Thompson, second-line defender. Devils Lake gets it back on the skate of Brody Parker, sticker Brody Parker. Dropped off here now. There's Jackson Schumacher, the junior, sends it up the ice. And the Spoilers take it back. A little bit of even Stevens there on puck management so far for both these teams. Just one hit, I believe, so far. And that's sent down the middle. Icing waved off. And taken back by Thompson. Thompson around the net. Drops it off here now. This is Trace Anderson, the Park River junior. Sent back towards center ice. Taken there by Devils Lake's Thomas Connor. Back and forth we go here in the first couple of minutes of play on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Turnover. Left side. Shot is tossed up into the air there by the goalie in Twomley. Collected there, Grafton-Park River in their own end, trying to get out here is Thompson. It's a jam there in the corner, and Devils Lake trying to get back out with it, and they do here now. Trying to set it up there. Pass into a clogged area by Carson Hogness, and Grafton-Park River speedily sends it up the ice. And that'll go for our first icing of the contest. 14:38 remaining here in the opening period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devils Lake, in their own right, they do not have a first or second period goal yet this season. In their only game played against Botno Rugby, both those goals came in the third to tie the game. Fell to the Braves in overtime. Left circle face-off there. Puck drop there. It's won by Devils Lake. First face-off of the match, I do believe. And sent back around there to Grafton. Spoilers back on top of it. There's a little 2-on-3 taken there. And sent down behind the Devils Lake goalie. That's Trotbergen on the attack. Devils Lake gets it back there with Nelson. Nelson drops it off up ahead to Stokey. Stokey on the near side, on the far side, on a 2-on-2. And that puck's intercepted, but not taken out of the zone. Set up there, shot deflected to the right of Twomley. And Grafton-Park River getting back on top of it here momentarily. Nice forecheck there by the Firebirds as they try to keep it in the Grafton-Park River zone. Really needed a change here as those Spoilers look gassed. Devils Lake holds the zone here, trying to set it up. And it's taken back there by James Larson. Larson, the Park River junior, on the top line there, sends it out towards center ice. It's collected by Boline. Boline down off the boards and swept away there by Grafton-Park River. And Soren Olsen up the ice here. Spoilers don't have the numbers, and they turn it over. Back on the attack here for Devils Lake. Shot fired. It's saved by Twomley off the shot by Brody Parker. Near side, Devils Lake getting the momentum here. Wheels it towards the boards. Tried to set it up. It dies in the left circle. The top of the left circle, that shot deflected as the shot came in by Boline. Clog there behind Twomley's net. Grafton-Park River takes it over and turns it over again in their own end. Having trouble getting it out. 2 shots on goal so far, make it 3 for Devils Lake. And the shot there by Schumacher. Stonewall there by Twomley. Back of the left circle, trying to set it up. Can't get by him. And taken away here now by Larson, trying to dump it down for a change. And the Spoilers will make a full-range change as it's sent back around the boards by Boline. Set up there. Nicely finessed down the ice. Around the boards, Devils Lake makes a change or two. With about 12:15 remaining here in this opening period. 3 shots on goal for the Firebirds, but no scores of yet. Firebirds enjoying some nice offensive zone time. And they take it away again, and that's stuck aside there off the shot by Hogness. Near side, swept away there by Camden Risky on that third line. That's the Minto product. And now a little bit of a 3-on-3, but Devils Lake rallies well. Spent a lot of time at center ice or the Grafton-Park River end so far in this opening period. Picked up there by Deaver. Deaver sweeps it around the boards. Grafton-Park River shirts aplenty. Sent to center ice, and it's another turnover. And taken back there by Stromey. As that's finessed on to a couple of Firebirds, but they can't get a clean shot off. Off the skate there of Soren Olsen. And Grafton-Park River back on the attack here with Larson. Larson on the right side circle trying to drop it off. Up beside the right circle. And that shot is wide from Olsen. Drop back off there for Jelinek. That's the top line. Continues to scramble out there for Grafton-Park River. Shot on. And it squirts around. And nicely knifed away there by Nelson. Nelson on a one-on-one. Nelson with some numbers with him. Great defense. Back the other way by David Jelinek to give a clear look. As that's knifed on now by Jelinek. And Jelinek with a couple of nice plays here. He's got a 2-on-1. Shot fired wide. To the left of the starter for Devils Lake and Brody Forsberg. Forsberg, the senior, watches the puck go around his end there with 10.5 remaining here in the opening period. Still no official shots on goal for Grafton-Park River. Had a couple of good looks, but haven't been able to get it. That's the best look as they hit it right on to Forsberg, but he deflects it aside. They keep the zone. Jelinek sends one in. And that's sent back, taken away by Trace Anderson, the Park River junior. Sends it back to the blue line, and that's taken away. Great opportunity here, but Jelinek holds his own. Jelinek has had a great effort there, both on defense and offense, in the early going here in the first period. Under 10 minutes to go now in the opening period. A little bit of a 1-on-2 now becomes a 2-on-2. Ben Larson skates, tries to set it up. He can't find a good look, but they maintain the zone. Shot from the top. It's deflected off the skate of a spoiler. Sent back with a chance for Devils Lake. They can't get it to go. Swept back around there by Parker. Parker drops it off there now, but Thompson is there for the Spoilers. And a little scary there for Twomley. He's able to set it aside, and we maintain 0-0. Out to the near side for Connor. Connor tried to sweep it in. It goes back to the far boards. And swept back in there by Cole Thompson, the sophomore for Devils Lake. As that's sent around the boards, and we get our second icing of the game, both against Grafton-Park River. And so this will come back to the GPRN with a 9:08 remaining here in the opening period. Again, shots on goal 3-1 in favor of Devils Lake. Had a good flurry of attack early, and Grafton-Park River has held their own on their defensive end. First face-off of the game was won by Devils Lake, and they will win the second one as well. But they give it up there in the Grafton-Park River end. Out at the blue line, shot fired in, is set aside there by Twomley. Your side there for Hognes. Hognes back to the blue line, left side. That shot's deflected out towards the Devils Lake end. They got a rally here. Sent back up by Deaver, or to Deaver, I should say. Cooper Geffro on there now for the Firebirds and sent back around. In crossing from left to right. Grafton will take it in their own end here. Some opportunities, but nobody's been able to cash in just yet. That shot is just passed in there by Nelson. And Grafton will go on a change. Devils Lake back with it, but they lose the puck. Back to take it there is Jelinek. Jelinek sweeps it around the boards. All right, as far as Cole Thompson from Devils Lake. Jelinek back of the right circle. And shot sent in. That's deflected off of the near side by Forsberg. And Devils Lake back with it there. They send it off the boards, and that's going to go down for the Devils Lake Firebirds' first icing of the contest. 7:47 remaining here in the Chads Excavating scoreboard. No score here in our first ever Grafton-Park River Boys hockey game on yourliveevent.com. Again, thanks to John Kempstead and the staff here at Grafton-Park River Centennial Ice Center. as we get a little bit of a fix of the net there on the Devils Lake side. And it's good to go here now. So the faceoff goes to Forsberg's left, and it's won by Grafton-Park River. There's a nice save by Forsberg. Off the shot sent in by Drew Suda, the Grafton junior on that second line, his first shot of the contest. And again, the first faceoff won, and Grafton-Park River wins another. That's deflected here now. Suda with another chance. Suda with a couple of great looks, looking for his first point of the year. That should be 3 shots on goal now aside. As in to take the face-off, there's Trace Anderson. The second line's getting a lot of good looks here for Grafton-Park River, and they win their third straight face-off, and that's sent. It's another save. We're going to go again. As this time it was Carson Thomas, the Grafton junior second-line defender, sent it in. And fourth face-off in a row. Can Grafton win 4 straight? And they will. As taking control there is Anderson. Sent to the blue line. That's deflected off. Back to the far side. Another shot skips on. Deflected by a Firebird, and the Firebirds will take it. They're out on the far side, trying to get it out of their own end. The longest sustained time in the Devils Lake zone for Grafton-Park River tonight, but the Firebirds try to drop it off, and dropped it off only to Trace Anderson. The Firebirds maintain the zone here. As that goes back out to the far boards. Sent on a pass towards Ben Larson. Devils Lake holds here with Thompson at the point, trying to send it far. And it's finessed back on to, well, nobody yet. Out at the far corner. Swept aside there by Carson Thomas. Devils Lake continues to hold the zone. That's deflected, I think, by, again, another Firebird. Deflected in, and now nearly a clearance, but they won't get quite out there. Did it touch? And it did. It touched a Firebird on the way through, so icing waved off there with 6:25 remaining here in this opening period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Your side, offside waved off there. Have not had a lot of stoppages yet, just 6 face-offs. As that goes for an icing. We'll get our 7th face-off of the game here. No penalties yet. Nobody is sent to the box here yet with 6:05 remaining here in this opening period. Again, Grafton-Park River 1-1, a 6-4 win over Mayport to start the season, and 11-2 loss to Grand Forks Central. Meanwhile, Devils Lake falling to Botany Rugby 3-2 in their first game of the year. Face-off to Forsberg's left. Again, that's the 5th face-off from that side here in this opening period. And this time, it's Devils Lake that wins it initially, but sent back to GPR. As the Firebirds try to get it out. Sent back in by Grafton-Park River. Chasing down after it there is Kaden McCarthy. And shuffles there. That's deflected. Back there to James Larson. As Devils Lake trying to get back on it. They do now with McCarthy. Sends it around the boards out towards Stokey. But they can't get it out. Grafton-Park River holds with Trafficker. And Devils Lake gets it out. Great chance to come away with it, but it's going to be an icing. 4 face-offs won by the Spoilers so far tonight. 3 won by Devils Lake. Face-off number 8 coming up here. Shots on goal remain 3 apiece. 5:16 to go here in this opening quarter. And it'll be a face-off to Forsberg's right. It's 1 to Grafton-Park River. And they're able to just keep it into the zone, and that's guided off of Forsberg. And back there to McCarthy. Kept in there by the Spoilers. Saved by Forsberg off the shot. And Spoilers keep it in. There with Anderson. Anderson wheels it back around. Over to Suda. Suda behind the net now. Trying to dance his way with the puck, trying to keep it in. And they do keep it in. Shot sent in off the right pad. They're off the shot from Carson Thomas. Out to center ice. A little bit of a 2-on-1 here for Devils Lake. Shot wide right. off the chance there by Devils Lake's Ben Larson. Devils Lake keeps it in, drops it off here. Shot sent in off the right pad of Twomley. And finesse there on in the slot. Shot at the left pad of Twomley again. Nice play there off the shot for Brody Parker. And Devils Lake keeps it in there. That was Grafton-Park River trying to get it out of there. Devils Lake holds it in off the right skate of Thomas Connor, but they give it back to center ice. So they got to regroup here. 3:54 to go here in the opening period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Still waiting our first goal of the season here at Centennial Center. Behind their own net, Devils Lake with a chance. It's saved by Twomley. And Augie Miller, Grafton freshman, was in to try to get it back out, and he can't quite connect there. Devils Lake there. Good pressure by Miller. Good aggressive play as Devils Lake can't get possession of it. Now they do. Off the skate of Cole Thompson. Swept away here now by the Firebirds and Carson Hogness. Hogness for Devils Lake. Nudged into the boards there by Camden Risky. And back out to the Firebirds there for Thomas Connor. That shot, or that pass jumped into the Devils Lake zone. With under 3 minutes to go here in the opening period. As Devils Lake back on top of it there was Stromey. Stromey surrounded by spoilers. Unsurprisingly, can't get much going there. But Devils Lake holds the zone. It's turned over. Great chance here for Marcus Moe. Moe ran out of steam at the end and ran out of bodies to help him out. He'll drop it off to Larson. Larson tried to center it up. Devils Lake was there to intercept. Ice is starting to open up here late in the first period. 10 combined shots on goal, but none have gone through. Nice movement there. Shot a little high. Has deflected off the mid, I think, as well. The shot from Stromey for Devils Lake, and we get another whistle. We get our first penalty of the contest. Looks like it's going to be slashing against Grafton-Park River and against Trofgruben. So our first penalty of the contest comes here at the 14:53 mark of the first period. And again, Devils Lake gets a chance here off the power play, off the 2 minutes for slashing for Trofgruben. Devils Lake was 0 for 7 on the power play in the loss to Botno Rugby, so they're looking to remedy that stat. As swept around there by Brody Parker. As that's sent in, it's saved, followed up by Twomley, and Spoiler's able to clear. And hustling down the ice there is Larson. And Trofgruben in the box there, and he will be for almost the rest of the first period. 1:23 here on the power play. As taken in now, Devils Lake's Ben Larson. Larson wheels it on, centering pass, saved momentarily, and just out of the reach of the mouth of the net there. Twomley's come up with some big plays here in this opening period to keep it scoreless. As that's corralled around the blue line there by the Firebirds, and they get it back in there for Larson. Sent back there to Nelson, and try to center it up. Nelson dropped off here now to Stromey, back to Nelson at the point. Now near side for Thompson, back to Nelson. Shot in, it's saved there. Twomley again. And Stromey once again, back up top to Thompson. Stromey again for the Firebirds. A little bit of a weak send. Grafton can get on top of that, and they can't get it out. They clear it to the far boards where Nelson is waiting. Drop down above the slot. That shot sent wide by Parker with 20 seconds left on the power play. Near side there for Stromey. Stromey shot saved again. Rebound chance and score! Devils Lake strikes first on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. 21.9 left on the first period clock. 15 seconds left on the power play. And the goal will go to Ben Larson. Ben Larson picks up the goal here for Devils Lake at the 16:38 mark of the first period. Larson with the goal here. And power play goal. They finally get one down after they were 0 for 7 to start this season. DL is now 1 for 8 on the power play, as that'll be an icing there. Again, Larson with the goal, and Stromey picks up the assists. They change it up there, 16:39. Larson from Stromey on the power play, and Devils Lake takes the early 1-zip lead. Face-off one there for Grafton-Park River. Glove down there on the Spoilers. Sent back around here. Far side. And that'll do it for the first period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Excuse me, Devils Lake with a fast-moving first period. A power play goal from Ben Larson has the Firebirds up for the very first time this season. They have the lead, and for the first time this season, they have a first-period goal. They lead at 1-0 on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest Coaches Show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good!
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Back here at the end of the first period, our score is 1-0. Devils Lake with the lead on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Field drain tile experts, 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating. As we get here to the, again, the end of the first period, some stats and notes there for you. Just a combined 15 shots on goal, but it only took one for Devils Lake to get the lead. Their first goal in a first period this season and their first lead this season. The goal was scored there at the 16:39 mark of the first period off the power play. Just a few seconds left, 15 seconds left in the power play for Ben Larson. Getting the goal, Stromey, Weston Stromey with the assist, making it a 1-0 scoreline. And again, for Devils Lake, just their third goal, of the season. And for Ben Larson, that is, I believe, his first point of the year. It is his first point of the year, his first goal, his first point. Stromey picks up his believe his first point as well for Devils Lake. So first points abound for both Stromey and for Larson. Shots on goal, again, they favor Devils Lake. They had 11 shots on goal, 10 saves. The Grafton-Park River starting goalie in Kason Twomley. And for Forsberg, 4 for 4. Just 4 shots faced, all 4 saves. I had 10 face-offs in the first period. Grafton-Park River winning 6 of them. Devils Lake, of course, the other 4. We had 1 penalty in the first period at the 14:53 mark, approximately in the first period. Again, 2 minutes for slashing by Noah Trofgruben. Trofgruben was sent to the box there for that infraction, and that led to that first period goal. You heard Joey Demers talk about in the pregame. They haven't really had a lot of special teams to work through yet, and they certainly have that time. And so they'll look to get back on track here. Both teams, they had some moments. Devils Lake came out early they came out on fire, collecting the first 3 shots of the game. They definitely came out with the energy. Grafton-Park River, they swung back, got a few shots of their own. They got the next 3 shots. They got even 4 face-offs won consecutively, and they put 3 straight on goal. But they were unable to get anything to go past the senior from Devils Lake, Brody Forsberg. Their starting goalie here this season. So definitely want to capitalize on that. They had some good moments in the middle, but again, that penalty was huge. They don't take that penalty, and we may be scoreless at the end of the first period. But still lots of hockey left to go here in Grafton. Again, on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, Devils Lake 1, Grafton-Park River 0. As we'll take a quick break, we'll be back, see if we can look at some scores and some other matchups here around the great state of North Dakota on the hockey side on yourliveevent.com.
News, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
This is Chris from Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes to bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Back here at the intermission on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, 1-0. Devils Lake leads Grafton-Park River here after the first period. A quick first period, just about not even 20 minutes of play as we dropped the puck there at 7:08. 7:08, we dropped the puck there. And so a really fast-moving period. Again, only a few stoppages for a few face-offs, 10 face-offs, and the 1 penalty. Otherwise, fast-moving first period here in Grafton. Check around the scoreboard here around the state of North Dakota. A couple of scores in progress right now. Grand Forks Red River up big already on Fargo North at the Coliseum 4-1. Both teams exchanged goals around the 8-minute mark, around the halfway mark of the first period. Ryland Bidell and Connor Long for Red River and North respectively exchanged goals, but then Red River picked up 3 straight in the span of 4.5 minutes. Cale Grunenberg and then Tyson Ulmer with back-to-back goals make it 4-1. Grand Forks Red River there at the end of the first period. Meanwhile, Grand Forks Central and West Fargo, they are underway, and the Knights have the 1-0 lead over the Packers. 3.5 minutes into the contest, Wyatt Blake picks up the goal and gives the Knights the early lead. The rest of the scores right now are scoreless. Williston Dickinson underway. Fargo Davies, West Fargo Cheyenne underway. Legacy Jamestown, Mandan Minot as well underway. Mayport area, Kitson County Central was scheduled for tonight, as was Hazen Beulah and Bismarck Century. Don't have scores on that either. So lots of games coming up on Thursday. The schedule is heavy as we are getting closer to those holiday tournaments. It's kind of the fun time of high school hockey across the state of North Dakota and Minnesota. Again, lots of games going on in our Your Live event broadcast. Checking in on one in particular, Hillsborough Central Valley girls basketball, their home opener against Oak Grove, and the Burros. Looks like they've got the lead there at half, 29-21. Dwayne Connell's squad trying to avenge a loss from last year. Again, 29-21. Hillsborough Central Valley leading Oak Grove at the half. Go and check that one out here on yourliveevent.com. Lots of other games on the schedule here as well. And check out the full list at yourliveevent.com. We'll also have the Your Live Event Coaches Show tomorrow as well. Well, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll get you primed for the second period. Again, on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, it is 1-0. Devils Lake leading Grafton-Park River after a power play goal, his first of the year for Ben Larson. And the assist coming from Weston Stromey. Back for the second period next.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton for all your spray foam insulation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the Insulation Place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton for all your spray foam insulation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the Insulation Place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
Back here in Grafton at Centennial Center. As, again, the Spoilers warming up there. Trail Devils Lake 1-0. The Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Again, we've got 10 games on the schedule for you this season on yourliveevent.com. And taking a look here at the schedule we have for you. Again, here, Devils Lake to start things out. We're back next Tuesday as the Spoilers host West Fargo. And then we take a break for the rest of 2024. We come back after the holiday break, January 7th and 9th that week. We have games against Mayport CG and Fargo Davies. And then on the 10th as well that week, Red Lake Falls. So 3 games that week. And then on the 21st and the 28th and the 30th, we have South, Cheyenne, and Red River in that order. And then for February, 2 games, North and Central. That's the lineup there this season for Grafton-Park River Hockey. We're ready for the face-off there, the opening face-off at center ice, and it's taken there by the Spoilers. Here we go. Second period getting started here on yourliveevent.com. Devils Lake now skating left to right. They got an early 3-on-2. That shot's deflected out to the corner. And they're trying to keep it there behind the crease. And tussling after it there. Grafton-Park River looks like they've come back on top of it. But they can't clear it out. Devils Lake with a shot fired in. Second effort, not quite there either. Firebirds rally well to start this opening, or this second period. And back there, Grafton-Park River picks it up now with Soren Olsen. Tried to finesse it on to James Larson. Dropped it off for Trofgruben. Larson, Trofgruben, save by Forsberg. Lays out to get that one. And the Devils Lake gets it back after they dodged a bullet there. Stromey fans. And Grafton-Park River gets it back. Trofgruben, another chance with Larson on a 2-on-2. Trofgruben tried to drop it off for Larson. Collided there a little bit with the Devils Lake Firebird and can't get a clear look. So back there comes Grafton. Sent back to Devils Lake in their own end. And finesse back up ahead. Here's a good opportunity. Just off the left side there. Brody Parker was slashing in and he could not find a clear look. Try to center it up off the skate there of the goal scorer, Larson, in the opening period. Out to the point, try to set it on in. And that's knifed away by Grafton-Park River. Another good rally here. Drew Suda, the junior, on the second line. Sachets in, but can't finish the job. And Grafton holds his own. Another chance by Suda. Dropped off. Shot fired wide. And it wheels all the way around. Going to chase after it there, Soren Olsen. Boy, Grafton-Park River's had a couple of really good opportunities. A shot on goal so far in the second period. They just have not been able to capitalize. Devils Lake sends it back in. The Firebirds looking to make a quick change here, and they do. Down to the Grafton-Park River end. Shuffling forward, taken away there by Thomas Thompson. Thompson up ahead here now to Torin Beneda. Beneda, first time we called the Park River sophomore's name this evening. This sent back down the ice here for Devils Lake. Up on the near boards. The near side of that's icing's waved off as Forsberg comes out of his net. Little dangerous. Devils Lake's got to get rid of it. And they are able to get it to center ice there where Jelinek is waiting. Good action here, first 3 minutes into the second period. Devils Lake now with a 2-on-2. Nice hustle back by Camden Risky for some defensive pressure. And Grafton-Park River gets it back here for a moment, and they wheel it back around the boards there to the point where Braxton Bowling's waiting. Up towards center ice. Trying to get it down there. And that's sent there, the near side there for Stromey. And Grafton-Park River sends it back up the ice. So after a flurry of activity, a couple of stale possessions. Here's a hot opportunity now. Right circle, trying to set her in. Oh, it's blocked. And Grafton-Park River now has the opportunity, a 3-on-1. Risky drops off. Troftgruben scores! Noah Troftgruben, the Park River sophomore, buries it in the back of the net. And we're even at one apiece. This one coming at the 3:53 mark of the second period. We're all knotted up at one apiece. And again, Troftgruben, he had the penalty in the opening period. He's able to take advantage this time of an even strength goal at the 3:53 mark of the second period. And a 1-1 tie. Boy, Grafton-Park River, Devils Lake had a 2-on-2, and they gave it away, and then Grafton-Park River took a 3-on-1 all the way to the house. Troftgruben there with his fourth point of the season, with his second goal of the year as well. Devils Lake trying to rally quickly. Nice save by Twombly off the flurry there for Devils Lake. Again, Troftgruben with the goal getting announced there. Camden Risky with an assist. So Risky gets the lone assist there. And again, tied up at one apiece on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Risky with his first point of the season, his first assist of the year. And on just the fifth shot on goal, Grafton-Park River evens it up. Good screen there for Devils Lake. They can't finish it, not yet. Anyway, they do this time. Sliding down to the ice for emphasis. Goal there quickly by Brody Parker, his second of the season. As Parker is able to give the Firebirds the lead back at the 4:24 mark of the second period. Devils Lake with another even strength goal. Parker, second goal of the season on the 14th shot tonight. The Firebirds, they were knotted with Grafton-Park River for just 30 seconds. So Grafton-Park River trying to go back. Larson with the assist there that time. As does Schumacher. Schumacher and Larson pick up the assist there on the Parker goal. And so Grafton-Park River trying to even this thing back up again. Nice shot saved by Forsberg. And makes it with 12 minutes exactly on the second period clock. Another face-off coming there for Grafton-Park River. Larson with his second point of the night as well, with a goal and an assist, his second point of the season. And so Grafton-Park River are going to get another chance here as they win the face-off. But out to center ice, nice pounce on that by Devils Lake, and Weston Nelson drops it off. That shot is just off the mark there. Grafton-Park River, the ice really opening up here in this second period. Both teams getting some great opportunities to cash in, and they both have, with a goal each. Not even 5 minutes in. As Devils Lake, another good chance there. Sandwich to the boards there that time was Stromey. And Grafton-Park River going to send it around the boards. As can't get it out of the zone there that time. Stokey sends it back to the point where Thompson is waiting. Trying to send it in. Set it up. Shot fired. Score there. Devils Lake again. Little tic-tac-toe that time. And Weston Stromey picks up his second point of the night. It's a goal this time. This one comes at the 5:51 mark of the second period, another even strength goal. Stromey gets it this time, and it's now 3-1 Devils Lake. They didn't score any goals in the first or second periods in their loss to Botno Rugby. They've got 3 combined here, and they win another face-off. Near side, save, Forsberg. So Weston Nelson and Logan Stokey with the assist there. So with 11 minutes to go here in the second period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, Grafton-Park River finds themselves down quickly, 3-1. Try to center it up there that time, and Devils Lake back with it with a 2-on-2. Intercepted for the moment, but Parker gets it back, and we get a whistle. A little bit of an offside there against Devils Lake. 15 shots to 7. Devils Lake with the advantage in the second period alone. They've had 4 shots to 3. Another face-off here. This time it's won by Grafton-Park River. And it does get to Devils Lake. Well, the Firebirds shot out of a cannon here in the second period. A power play goal really gave them some juice as they've got the 3-1 lead. Sent back around. Nice sachet move there by the Spoilers. Dropped off. They need some offense. Dropped off here to Rhett Lindell, a Park River senior. First time we've called his name on the fourth line here this evening. As dropped off here. As Devils Lake back with it. Looks like we get a delayed penalty here. And interference going to go against here Trace Anderson. Anderson goes to the box for Grafton-Park River. It's our second penalty of the game, both against the Spoilers. As again at the 7:05 mark of the second period, interference for Anderson. And Devils Lake 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. They scored their first goal of the game. 15 seconds left on the power play. 21 seconds left in the period. As Grafton-Park River wins the face-off, they're able to get it out a nice clear. Good play on defense there as well by Larson. Sashayed around there for Larson. And Larson drops it off. Devils Lake looking to really put the grip on Grafton-Park River. Love a fourth goal here. Shot above the net that time. Devils Lake holds. There was Stromey. Dropped off. Shot fired off the pad. Second attempt. And that is saved there. Great play there for Twomley. He's had some great plays here. As that's cleared again. He's faced 17 shots on goal. He's given up 3. 14 out of 17 is not too shabby for a sophomore. As Grafton-Park River again, they're looking to try to solidify their goaltender, as they've got a couple they are working through here with a sophomore and a freshman. Meanwhile, Devils Lake tries to work on this power play. 47 seconds left on the power play. GPR with another clear. And GPR trying to get some shorthanded work there. But Cole Thompson, the sophomore defender, covers nicely. Off the boards there on the near side. Dropped off. And taken back there by the Spoilers. And by Trofgruben, the lone goal scorer tonight for Grafton-Park River. 25 seconds left on the power play. 8:20 to go here in the second period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. 3-1 Devils Lake. That was the score for the JV contest. Devils Lake won that one as well. And tried to clear it out, but fanning on it there is Jelinek. Devils Lake gets another chance here as the power play wanes. Just 5 seconds left. Time for one more shot, except they nearly timed that perfectly as the clear almost simultaneously goes to Trace Anderson leaving the box. So power play killed for Grafton-Park River. Devils Lake now just 1 of 9 on the power play this season. So Grafton-Park River in the Devil's Lake zone, deflected. Anderson swipes it at the net. Sent back to the point there where Carson Thomas is waiting. Out of the far side. Sent out towards Thompson. Thompson went through Anderson's legs as Devil's Lake has it now. Great pass, or almost a great pass, but collected back by Thompson. Stuck aside there by Forsberg. As it's sent back here now, near side. That shot is into the mesh there by Cooper Geffro. And so again, 3-1. Get a stoppage there on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devil's Lake getting some help from a couple of goals from Brody Parker and Weston Stromey. Within a minute and a half of each other to extend their lead, or to regain the lead after it was tied 1-1. Face-off won there by the Spoilers. Nice push there. Off the boards by Weston Nelson. That was Grafton-Park River trying to get it out of their own end. Covered there by Larson. On far side. Sent out. And back to the near boards. And Devil's Lake has to field it in their own end. Unable to get much continuity there for either side. Devil's Lake back with it. Grafton-Park River pokes it away. The late offside. Waved off there. Grafton-Park River controls the puck there with Soren Olsen. Slides it up ahead. Icing waved off. Forsberg comes out of his crease and slides back in it. As Larson comes back on top of it, trying to get some help. Devil's Lake back out there with him on the 2-on-2. Parker and Nelson. Parker to Nelson for the score. It was Brody Parker and Weston Nelson combining there. Nelson will get the goal, his first of the night. Parker will pick up his second point of the night, as will Nelson. And it's a 4-1 Devils Lake lead here now. This one coming at the 11:04 mark. 11:04 here in the second period. Another even strength goal there for Devils Lake. And Nelson from Parker. So a flurry of activity here from Devils Lake with a 4-1 lead, and they're looking for more. As Ben Larson, who had the first goal, centered it on, and net is open. And somehow the puck doesn't go in. Another shot fired towards Twombly, who's been peppered tonight. And they're going to give an assist as well, Devils Lake, to Thomas Connor. Late assist called on that one between Parker and Nelson. 5:20 to go here in the second period that Grafton-Park River would like to forget, as they've given up 3 goals to their scoring just 1. Devils Lake looking for more. Looking for their first win of the season. They send it out to center ice. Devils Lake's got to regroup here with Cole Thompson. Thompson sends it back in. As collected there that time by Thompson. Thomas Thompson for Grafton-Park River sends it back to the Devils Lake zone, and Grafton makes a change. Get some opportunities up ahead to Cooper Geffro. Taken back there by Soren Olsen, sophomore from Grafton. Back to center ice. Devils Lake back with it there with Cole Thompson. Out by the right-hand circle. Now near side, Grafton-Park River works on it. Back out to Olsen. Olsen behind the net. As that is just glides on in to the zone. Devils Lake gets it back at center ice. Taken there by Geffro. Back comes Grafton-Park River. Devils Lake turns it over. Grafton gets it back here. Desperately looking for their second goal of the night, trying to slide off this Devils Lake rally. Oh, and that hits in a spot nobody likes. So Thompson absorbs it well. trying to get it out of their own end. As they nearly do. Devils Lake on top of it here now, trying to thread the needle. It's intercepted there by Larson. Larson trying to center it up himself, and Devils Lake back with it. Larson playing some great hockey here. Great solo man hockey, but takes a team to win a game there. With 3:20 to go here in the second period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, a flurry of activity in this second period for Devils Lake has them up by 3, and they are out shooting the Spoilers as well, 20-7. As that goes all the way around, that will be an icing. 3:01 remaining here in the second period. Again, Devils Lake, a 3-2 loss to Botno Rugby to start the season. Grafton-Park River, a win over Mayport 6-4, but a loss to Grand Forks Central 11-2. And a 1-1 record for GPR. Devils Lake 0-1. All told, they will be 1-1 on the season. Face off one towards Devils Lake. Larson again, shot fired wide left. All the way around to the point. Taken up there now by Kaden McCarthy. Trying to set it up in the slot. Intercepted there by the Spoilers. Puck knuckles back to center ice. We get an offside. So this one's coming out of the Devils Lake end. And 2:42 remaining here in this second period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. And the face-off here. Left near side there for the Spoilers. Coming back around to grab it. Near side taken there by Beneda. Beneda, that second line out there was Suda and Anderson. Beneda tried to center it in for Suda. And Devils Lake gets it back. And that's swallowed up. Extra chance there. That's sent away. Far side. Puck swirls around there at center ice. Beneda back with it for the Spoilers. Forsberg, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got injured or something. He got kind of tangled up on the ice there. The net was open for a moment. Forsberg covers nicely. And the Devils Lake lead remains 3. 1:57 remaining here in this second period. Left circle face-off there. Shot sent in, saved by Forsberg off the shot from Jelinek. Jelinek back with it there towards the point. The puck skips along and is able to be cleared out to center ice by the Firebirds. 102 seconds to go in the second period. Fast movement there, shot fired in. Second opportunity, not there, as Trofgruben was looking for his second of the night. Devils Lake's able to clear that knuckles down the ice. It'll be an icing. So it'll come back to the Devils Lake end with 1:25 to go in the second period. Again, we had just one goal in the first period, 4 combined goals in the second period, 3 of them within 2 minutes of each other. Right circle face-off coming there. The Spoilers win it. Shot sent in behind Forsberg's crease. Near side now, that shot's deflected. And Suda takes a hard hit to the ice. Shot sent in, deflected aside there by Forsberg, who's allowed just 1 goal off 11 shots faced so far tonight. Little 2-on-4 here. Devils Lake doesn't have the numbers, but Stromey wants to get in there anyway. Gives himself a chance, and whoop. Looks like we have a save there for Twomley. A little scuffle at the net as well. And officials will break it up there. Score stays 4-1, 58.4 seconds remaining here in the second period. So it'll be a right circle face-off there to Twomley's left. And it'll be Stromey for Devils Lake to take it, along with Suda for Grafton-Park River. Face-off one there by the Spoilers. And that puck sent back around. Last few seconds there for a late goal chance for both these teams. Devils Lake with a good opportunity. They maintain the Grafton-Park River zone. Thompson wheels it around the boards there towards Stokey. And dispossessed there for a moment by Connor, but he's able to wheel it around and taken away by Moe. Marcus Moe for Grafton-Park River sends it down the ice and just beyond the post there for Forsberg as he watched it go for an icing. It'll go back into the GPRN with 19.9. Just enough time here for a quick regroup. It was to take the face-off there for Grafton-Park River. That's Jonas Kuhn, the Cavalier senior, the lone Cavalier Tornado on this GPR squad. Face-off is one to Devils Lake. They keep it in here. Not a lot of time to work with. And with 12 seconds, trying to get it onto the point. That puck's deflected on towards Twomley. Couple of nice stoppages there with 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and that should do it for the second period on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devils Lake has grown their lead from the end of the first period to the end of the second by 2. They lead it by 3, total now 4-1 on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Second period stats and analysis next.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
The best thing about winter in Devils Lake is the ice fishing. Just dropping a line down the hole and waiting for that big whopper to bite. Winter can cause some big problems too, like with your furnace and heating systems. That's when you need to get Clements on the line. They service all fuel types and all makes and models of heating systems.
Jay, aren't you supposed to be in school?
Just keep it nice house warm for you, Dad.
End of the second period. Here between the second and the third period on yourliveevent.com. James Martins, Leah Burns on the camera this evening. 4-1. Devils Lake has grown their lead as we get to the second period intermission. A flurry of goals within about a minute or 2 minutes of each other. 3 of the 4 goals scored in the second period. Again, it was the Devils Lake scoring the first period of the game late, but in the second period, Grafton-Park River scored the goal that tied up, avenging his trip to the penalty box. Noah Trofgruben was able to get a goal, the only goal of the night so far for Grafton-Park River. Camden Risky with the assist to make it a 1-1 tie. Not even 30 seconds later, or 31 seconds later, I should say, Brody Parker for Devils Lake gave the Firebirds back the lead. Even strength goal off an assist. 2 assists, rather, by Jackson Schumacher and by Ben Larson. Larson's second point of the night. Schumacher's first of the night. Parker's first of the night. And a minute and a half later, they got another one, Devils Lake did. Even strength goal, the 5:51 mark of the second period. It was Weston Stromey putting it into the back of the net. The assist there by Weston Nelson and Logan Stokey to make it 3-1. Then about 5 minutes and change later, the 11:04 mark of the second period, another even strength goal this time for Nelson with assists from Parker as well as Thomas Connor with assists as well. Just one penalty in that second period against Grafton-Park River, 2 minutes for interference. It was Trace Anderson getting to the box there that time, but no goals for Devils Lake during that power play time. Devils Lake overall, they've had 22 shots on goal. They've connected on 4 of them. So Twomley for Grafton-Park River has saved 18 of 22. Doing the quick math, that's around 80% save percentage on the night. Be exact, 82% on the night. Meanwhile, 10 of 11. About 90% there for Forsberg for Devils Lake. As far as how they stack up on the season there point-wise, again, goals coming here for Troff Gruben for Grafton-Park River. His second goal of the season, his 4th point. Risky's assist was his 1st point of the season. Brody Parker, he picks up his 2nd goal of the year and his 2nd point as well. Schumacher and Larson with the assists on that goal. Schumacher's 1st point. Larson, of course, his 2nd point of the night and of the season. Stromey picks up his 1st goal of the year as well. Nelson and Stokey. Nelson's 2nd assist, 2nd point. Stokey's 1st assist and point of the season. And then, of course, Nelson picks up the goal as well. Nelson with his now 3rd point. He's got a goal and 2 assists. Parker picks up another point as well, as does Thomas Connor with his 2nd assist, 2nd point of the season. So again, Devils Lake, they really picked up the momentum in that second period, fueled by the end of the first period. Even though Grafton-Park River scored that 1st goal, looked like Devils Lake was really finding their rhythm, finding their groove out there, and it showed as they take the 4-1 lead. Again, they had no goals in the first 2 periods of their loss to Bottineau Rugby. They have 4 goals now combined in the first 2 periods this season and this game. Grafton-Park River, meanwhile, looking to get back on the scores column. Still plenty of hockey left to be played here on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Field Drain Tile Experts, 701-430-0182. Step away here for a quick break. We'll take a check around the scoreboard on the EDC and the WDA coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Diana, and I work at Marvin. Working in manufacturing, not a lot of sitting, so it just makes your day go by faster. Belonging to Marvin makes me feel stable. 25 years. My kids were little when I started here in Grafton. Now I have a daughter that works here. She was one of the ones that pushed me to become the lead, pushed me to be the person that I am now. And I just see myself retiring here. If you're looking for an awesome place to work, come join me at Marvin.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton for all your spray foam installation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the Insulation Place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the Insulation Place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
Back here at the end of the second period, as we get towards the third period, it's 4-1. Devils Lake with the lead on the Chads Excavating scoreboard. James Martins alongside Leah Burns on the camera this evening. Lots of score updates. Let's get to them. You thought this game a lot of goals. Grand Forks Red River and Fargo North have 6 more. 6-5 Red River with a 4-1 lead over North, and one point North has stormed back in the second period. They have scored 4 of the 6 goals in that period to cut the lead to 1. Goals in the second from North: Colby Hansen, Jagger Thomason, Bryce Dietz. Jack Amundsen and Colby Hansen again is second of the night. And Red River with goals from Ryan Wasbeck and Jagger Thomason. Again, make it 6-5 in the second period. Mandan is trailing Minot. The Magi up 3-0. Rylan Rodalik with a couple of goals, and Paxton Pakulak with a goal as well for the Magi. Legacy and Jamestown knotted at 1 apiece. Max Whitman for the Blue Jays scored in the first period. Joel Anderson for the Sabres scored in the second period. Davies leads Cheyenne 2-1. Davies scored the first 2 goals of the game. In the first, Logan Spiewak and Colin Olson. Jameson Allen cut the lead in half for Cheyenne. As again, it's 2-1 there. Grand Forks Central leading West Fargo 3-0. Wyatt Blake, Brady Kirkaby, and Ryder Rivard with goals each for the Knights. And they've just put up another one, I believe, here. Brady Kirkaby, his second of the game, is now 4-0. Grand Forks Central with the lead here over West Fargo. So some good games here. Final as well coming in here. Our other scores: Williston Dickinson are scoreless, and Bismarck Century beats the Hazen-Buellin JV 7-4. Some scoreboard updates here on the EDC at yourliveevent.com. Let's take a look at that one here. Of course, lots of good basketball games going on, including the home opener for Hillsborough Central Valley taking on Oak Grove. They were up 29-21 at the half. They were up 59-53 with 1:12 to go in the game. So the Burros trying to hold on and get their home opening win. As we take a look here at some other marquee matchups. Park Christian, Anaborb West girls, I believe as part of a double header. Check that one out. Some other games going on. Lisbon, Northern Cass. Northern Cass, 34-22. Looks like at the half, Northern Cass with the lead there. And again, check out our full schedule, yourliveevent.com. Here on the Chads Excavating scoreboard, Devils Lake with a 4-1 advantage. Look at that. We get some ice dancing here in Grafton as well. Finishing up her performance out there on the ice. Again, Devils Lake 4, Grafton-Park River 1 on the Chads Excavating scoreboard. We're back for the third period on yourliveevent.com. Next.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota, Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest Coaches Show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good!
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Coming on back here for the third period on our Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devils Lake leading Grafton-Park River 4-1. As get set here for the third period. Hang around for our post-game conversations, post-game interviews, as well as our player and play of the game. So stick around for that. James Martins alongside Leah Burns on the camera here this evening. First of 10 broadcasts of Grafton-Park River home hockey on yourliveevent.com. Grafton-Park River in those new gold uniforms, they'll go left to right. And Devils Lake in the black and red will go right to left. Firebirds looking to hold on and get their first win of the year. Grafton-Park River looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Grand Forks Central. Since beating Mayport area 6-4 in the first game of the season, they have given up now 15 of the last 18 goals combined in their games. So hoping to get back here on the offensive side. About to start on the defense as Devils Lake wins the faceoff there. Start the second period. Taken back there by the Spoilers. In the Devils Lake zone. And Devils Lake takes it back. On a little 2-on-3 and a nice blockade there from Grafton-Park River. Spoilers need 3. Tied up. As we're going to get a roughing here against Devils Lake. And so Weston Nelson and the Firebirds will be shorthanded. As again, that's the first penalty of the game. This one coming at just the 23-second mark of the first penalty of the game against Devils Lake. This one again in the third period. Nelson sent to the box there. Grafton-Park River's got to take advantage here. Straddling the blue line there, right circle shot missed by Larson. As the Spoilers get back on top of it here. Far side there for Anderson. Dropped off there for Jelinek. Jelinek back with it. Sends it back towards Larson. Larson, shot sent in. And guided away there by Forsberg. 1:20 to go in the power play. A little bit stalled there on the far boards. Grafton-Park River gets back with it. Jelinek around the boards, trying to get it there to Moe. Moe back here on the near side to Larson. Larson just beyond the right circle. Sends it back to Jelinek. Left circle, trying to send it into the slot. Back to the right circle for Larson. And Devils Lake trying to clear. They can't. Grafton-Park River keeps it in there. A little bit off the stick there of Larson, but he's able to keep it in. Devils Lake trying to get it out. They cannot. 45 seconds to go on the penalty to Nelson. 2 minutes for roughing. Near boards there. Troffbergen sent off there. Around the horn we go, and it's finally cleared by the Firebirds. Good possession there for the Spoilers, but they're unable to make anything of it with 25 seconds left on the power play. Dropped off here now to Thomas Thompson. And taken away there by the Firebirds, kept in by Stromey. Stromey trying to set it up, and the Spoilers get it back with a little 3-on-3. Suda trying to make some moves towards the net. And Forsberg holds him off, holds him strong. Sent in, and that's cleared by Devil's Lake, and that's a bad clearance there on defense for Grafton-Park River. Twombly falls down. Somehow the puck doesn't move. And Twombly and the Spoilers dodge a bullet right there. Boy, the puck was just dying for somebody to give it some action. And lucky for Grafton-Park River, nobody came to help it out. So the penalty is killed by Devil's Lake. They nearly got a shorthanded goal as well. Just, I believe, just one shot on goal in that power play for Grafton-Park River. Shots now 23-12 in favor of Devil's Lake. And they'll take a face-off in the Grafton-Park River zone. And Troffgruben will win it there for the Spoilers. Sent off the boards there, tripping over the ice on his own was Moe. Able to get back up and send it back down for an icing. It'll come back into the Grafton-Park River end. 14-10 remaining here in regulation on the Chads Excavating scoreboard as the Spoilers try to avoid back-to-back losses while the Firebirds try to get into the win column for the first time this year and first time in region play as well. Big region game again for both these teams as they've met in the play-in rounds of the EDC tournament the last 2 years. That was Schumacher. That was Thomas Thompson getting on top of it for Grafton-Park River. Sent out to the blue line. Shot sent in that time by Thomas Connor for Devil's Lake. There's Brody Parker already with a couple of points on the evening, looking for more. Tried to send it on. Devil's Lake keeps it in there with Connor. And now Grafton-Park River back on it on a 3-on-2. Out turning it into a 3-on-3. Shot deflected, looked like off the post, either that or Forsberg's stick. As that's kept in momentarily, and that's sent into the Devil's Lake bench. 4-1 here. 13:30 to go in regulation on the Chads Excavating scoreboard against Devil's Lake. Had a goal in the first period, 3 in the second period. Just the 1 goal for Grafton-Park River in the second period as well. Left circle face-off coming there for the Spoilers. And in Devil's Lake territory. Nice face-off one by Suda. Suda's had a really nice game tonight. Sent on. Suda back in the right circle trying to center it. And Devil's Lake sends it back down the ice. And it will go for an icing. So it'll go back into the Devil's Lake zone with 13:16 to go here in the third period. A lot of different hands helping Devil's Lake out here with Parker picking up a couple of points, Nelson a couple of points, Stromey a couple of points, Connor, Stokey, Larson, Schumacher each with, or Larson with a couple of points, Stokey and Connor each with 1 for Devil's Lake. It's Grafton-Park River. Oh, that did not go in, barely. Went off the post. As Grafton-Park River can't buy a goal right now. Good finesse play, another save by Forsberg. He's been outstanding tonight. As that sent out of play. Nobody in the fans can figure it out. Oh, now it comes back out onto the ice. 24-14, shots in favor of Devil's Lake. It was a 3-3 tie in shots, but since then, Devil's Lake has outshot Grafton by 21-11. Right circle face-off coming to the Devil's Lake end. I think Grafton-Park River's won more of the face-offs here tonight. Jelinek tried to shoot it in. That shot's blocked. Out near the slot, it's taken away, back by the Firebirds. Coming back with it, there's Stromey. Stromey's shot. That shot is blocked by Olsen for Grafton-Park River. Soren Olsen and the Spoilers trying to get back on top of it. Devil's Lake holds the Grafton-Park River zone. Shot centered up. As wheeling around with it. That's deflected. Back Left circle, shot fired, somehow got in for the goal. Logan Stokey puts it in, and Devil's Lake makes it 5-1 on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. This one coming at the 4:31 mark of the third period. Logan Stokey puts it in. More 41 the time they were on the clock again. Another even strength goal for Devil's Lake, their fourth straight goal of this game, and Stokey puts it in. We'll see who gets the assist there. For Devil's Lake, 5 goals by 5 different players. They'll give assists to Nelson and Stromey. Nelson and Stromey with the assist. Stromey now with 3 points. Nelson with a couple on the night, and it is 5-1 in favor of Devil's Lake. So again, 5 different goal scorers for the Firebirds, and they have rattled off now 4 straight after Grafton-Park River evened it up and 1 apiece. 11:49 remaining here in this regulation. And it was an 11-2 setback for Grafton-Park River in their second game of the year, the last game that they played. Of course, you look at high school hockey programs, not just around the state or the region, but around the country. Grand Forks Central likens themselves to be one of the top programs. It's going to be an offside there against Devil's Lake. Central perennially a feeder program for the University of North Dakota. Of course, I believe still tied for second in national titles, Division I titles. Denver with the most. Michigan's up there as well. Back with the puck here. Devil's Lake in their own end, trying to get it out, and they do to center ice. A 3-on-4 now, turns into a 2-on-2. Trying to set it up, and can't quite get it there. But Devil's Lake keeps it in for now. Oh, good takeaway there for Larson. James Larson trying to center it up. Devil's Lake clogs the slot. And back to get it there is Schumacher. Sends it around the boards. Jelinek fires it back in. And trying to walk his way in was Trofgruben. Net is open, and it's a goal. Grafton-Park River is able to knock into this lead. And the goal will go here to Marcus Moe. Moe with his second goal of the season. And the 5-1 lead's now down to 5-2. This one coming at the 6:11 mark of the third period. GPR's first goal since the second period. Even strength for Moe. 5-2 Devil's Lake now. Their 15th shot of the game. See who picks up the assist there for Grafton-Park River. Maybe that'll give them a little bit of momentum going into the later stages of this contest. Trying to make some magic happen. Still time, 10.5 minutes to go, but that will kill it. Top left corner for Weston Stromey, his second goal of the night. And this one coming at the 6:29 mark, just 18 seconds after Grafton-Park River scored their second goal of the game. Stromey makes it 6-2. Devil's Lake. I believe Nelson will get an assist on that one as well. They'll announce the Marcus Moe goal. Trofgruben and Jelinek with assist there. And so Trofgruben is second point of the night. Jelinek is first for Grafton-Park River. I'll announce the Devil's Lake goal the next right here. And that was nearly another goal there. Nelson and Bolin with an assist there for Devil's Lake. It's the 8th goal of the night as Devil's Lake looking to put the nail in the coffin here, back in front by 4. Lob it back out to Twombly. He's been peppered tonight. 26 shots on goal, 20 of 26 on the save department here this evening. As going down the center ice. 3-on-2, shot fired up. As Devils Lake back with it in their own end. Trying to finesse that on. Devils Lake, from all looks of it, with 9 minutes to go in this contest, will get their first win of the year. Shot fired, Twombly right in his pads, and they're going to call a save there. Twombly, no chance at the rebound. Little pushing and shoving there. Guy's got to get some steam off there on a Tuesday evening. It was, again, Devils Lake scoring 4 straight goals after it was tied 1 apiece to go up 5-1. And then each team has exchanged goals. Both times Grafton-Park River scored a goal. Devils Lake answered within 30 seconds. 31 seconds. And I think we might, we're going to get another penalty here. This is going to go against Devils Lake. It's going to go against Cooper Geffro. Geffro heads to the box. This one comes right square on the 8-minute mark of the third period there. So Geffro gets sent to the box there. So Grafton-Park River gets another opportunity to try to cut into this lead. I'm trying to make it 6-3. Right circle face-off there for Trace Anderson. As that one's sent in by Larson. Grafton-Park River 0 for 1 on the power play here this evening. As Troffgruben down to Moe. We've slashing the call on that penalty, by the way, and that's cleared there by Devils Lake. So last real big opportunity for Grafton-Park River to get goals in this contest. They're starting to run out of time here on their home ice at Centennial Center. Near side there for Jelinek. Jelinek with an assist on the game. That one sent back by Forsberg, who's been tremendous tonight. 15 of 17. Maybe not so much tremendous, but effective for sure. As the two-time state champs, Grafton-Park River back with the puck, or out at center ice. As that's sent back down and cleared by Devils Lake. 1:18 to go on the power play. Collected here now by Larson. And taken away there by Devils Lake. As sent into the boards. Troffgruben back with it on a 2-on-3. Troffgruben trying to gain the zone, and he did. Sent back out towards center ice. As we get a whistle there and an offside, looks like. So 50 seconds left in the power play here. As it'll offside, or the face-off will come outside the Devils Lake zone here. 7:49 remaining here in regulation. Suda on the attack there for the Spoilers. Dropped off there, shot sent in, and it's a goal! Squeaks through that time. Gets through the pads. Jonas Kuhn, the Cavalier Tornado, swirls that one in there. His first point of the contest, or first point of the season, and of the contest. That one coming at the 9:19 mark of the third period. Power play there. And Kuhn puts it in, making it a 6-3 score on the Chads Excavating scoreboard. That was Devils Lake. Still with a 3-goal lead here with the power play goal from Kuhn. Shot deflected. The assist will go to Suda on the goal from Kuhn. Suda's first point of the game, by the way. 28-18 is the shots on goal. We have 7 minutes to go for Grafton-Park River to try to scrabble in 3 more goals. Devils Lake, after giving up the first 2 goals of the game against Bono Rugby, they've scored now 8 of their last 11 goals total in their games, outscoring their opponents there. Jelinek, despite falling to Bono Rugby in overtime in that first game. Jelinek back with it. As Devils Lake trying to get the puck back off the forecheck. Down at center ice. A 1-on-4 for Suda, and Devils Lake takes it back. Now a 3-on-4 for the Firebirds. Trying to put the nail in the coffin here for sure. Grafton trying to hang around. Larson with some speed. Looking for it. Shot is deflected by Forsberg. Was giving up 3 out of 19 shots faced. Devils Lake back with it now. And they send it to center ice. Under 6 minutes to go now. Trofgruben with the first goal of the game. Sent right to the glove of Forsberg. Forsberg, one of 7 seniors, or 8 seniors on this squad. While a relatively young squad for Grafton-Park River, they have just 4 seniors. As Grafton-Park River sent in there by Thomas Thompson. Trying to hold the zone, and it gets back out to neutral ice. And turned over there to Larson. Larson had a great opportunity, but couldn't corral the puck down to the ice. Parker with it now. Parker in the corner, trying to drop it off to a Firebird teammate. Send out to the point. There were McCarthy's waiting. And taken back there by the Spoilers. Dropped off there. Great hit. There for the Spoilers and Thompson. Shot sent, deflected. Off the mark. And that slid around the boards there. Under 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Devils Lake trying to put the bow on this one. The Grafton-Park River hanging around here. They get another goal here, and you could certainly pull the goalie. Twomley's able to cover the puck there that time. 30th shot on goal tonight for Devils Lake. Twomley has stopped 24 of 30 tonight. A 80% save percentage. And meanwhile, Forsberg, 18 out of 21 stopped tonight. There's a left circle face-off there, won by Devils Lake. Trying to set it in. As Grafton gets it back there. Out to center ice. A bit of a 4-on-2. Good chance here for Grafton-Park River. And they can't get it there. Olsen dropped it off there. Out behind the boards now, Jonas Kuhn. Scored the 3rd goal of the game. On the power play just a little bit ago, and that gets in! As Trace Anderson found a trace on that puck to cut the lead to 2, and things all of a sudden getting really interesting here in Centennial Center in Grafton. Anderson with the goal, this one coming at the 12:52 mark of the 3rd period. An even strength goal there for Anderson. Anderson with his first goal of the season, his 2nd point. And I think that's probably going to be unassisted. Jelinek with an assist on that. I think maybe there was another assist on there that I missed, but 30 shots to 23 now, and all of a sudden it's a 6-4 game with 3:42 to go. Still time here for Grafton-Park River to come back in this contest. Devils Lake in their own end, trying to set it up, and they can't connect. Grafton-Park River back with it, stumbling there, but keeping the puck on the ice. It's Carson Thomas. Grafton-Park River back in the Devils Lake end. Taken away, though. Here comes a one-on-one. Weston Stromey. Stromey dancing. Denied by Twomley. Whipped around there by Grafton-Park River to center ice. Taken back by Boline. Devils Lake will make a change here. 3 minutes to go. As taken back by Parker. But sent to center ice. Devils Lake back with it here with Boline. 2:45 to go here in regulation. Grafton-Park River trying to mount a furious comeback after they were down 6-1 at one point, or 6-2. Scored back-to-back goals in a span of about 4 minutes, 3.5. Now 2:24. Got to look at the net, see when Twomley's going to go. Olsen at the point, shot fired, pad, saved by Forsberg. And you look at it, you think about it. With 2:13 and an offensive zone face-off for Grafton-Park River. And we are going to get a timeout called, I believe, by Devils Lake. 6-4, 2:13 to go here in the third period. Devils Lake with the lead over Grafton-Park River. Timeout.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Timeout here. Taken, I believe, by the Spoilers, 6-4. Devils Lake with the lead, but Grafton-Park River has got back-to-back goals in this game. 10 total goals. All three of Grafton-Park River's games have been combined 10 goals plus. Lots of scoring for Grafton-Park River this season, and Grafton-Park River's opponents as well. Devils Lake, they had scored 4 in a row. They had a 5-1 and 6-2 lead at one point. Grafton-Park River scored 3 out of the last 4 goals to make a comeback and make this game really interesting. Twomley is still in the net here for the Spoilers, and I wonder when he is going to come out with 2:13 to go, down 2 goals. It'll be a right circle face-off taken there by the Spoilers. Anderson. Spoilers win it, shot deflected up into the mesh, and we're going to get another face-off. 4 seconds, a couple seconds come off the clock there. Anderson back to duel with Weston Stromey for Devils Lake. Another face-off won by the Spoilers. Troff-Gruben sends it in. The Devils Lake controls there with Boline. Knuckles down the ice for an icing. And I would gotta think if you're gonna pull him at any point, it's gonna be now. As Twomley still in between the twines. As left circle face-off there for in the Grafton-Park River zone. Anderson will take it again for the Spoilers. This time Devils Lake comes away with it. And Twomley still hanging around in his net with 1:50 remaining. That sends it down towards the Grafton-Park River defensive zone. As that's sent on near side towards Moe, and now taken there by Larson on the far near side. Back with it. Twombly now comes out. Might have been the bad timing. Twombly trying to scramble back. And set up. Shot is saved. I think Devils Lake got a little too cute there. They missed on an opportunity. Devils Lake keeps it in the zone. Shot sent in. Nice save by Twombly. Glove down. Another save by Twombly. Boy, Twombly and the Spoilers, they got away with one there. And I don't think it's going to be, might not be enough time as Mo gets it up the ice, and that is deflected out of bounds. Twombly will be able to clear. And now the Spoilers have the extra attacker out on the ice. With 56.4 left to go. Twombly was coming out, and Devils Lake nearly made him pay for it. He'll come out now, and now we get another timeout. Then Spoilers will use their timeout. So the previous one is used by Devils Lake. Each team gets one timeout here in the game. 6-4, Devils Lake with the lead over Grafton-Park River. 56 seconds to go here in regulation on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
56.4 to go on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devils Lake with the lead over Grafton-Park River. As Grafton-Park River trying to mount a furious comeback. They scored back-to-back goals to cut the lead from 4-2. And now Twombly is out of the net, so the net is open. And it'll be 6-on-5 here. As Grafton-Park River tries to even things up and send it to an extra session. Devils Lake has already seen one overtime game this year. A 3-2 loss to Botno Rugby. Meanwhile, both Grafton-Park River's games ending in regulation. Shots on goal, 32-25 in favor of Devils Lake. Twombly has stopped 26 of 32 tonight. An 80% save percentage, 80+%. Meanwhile, Forsberg has stopped 21-25 tonight. And face-off won there by Grafton-Park River. Suda tried to set it on. Mo as well. And that's sent out by Forsberg. Grafton-Park River keeps. Out behind the net, Suda. Sends it off to Troffgruben. Doinks off. And Suda back to Troffgruben. Suda, Troffgruben. That's deflected high and out of play. So Grafton-Park River gets another chance here. They took a lot of time off the clock, 31.7. Not a lot of time left to work with there for GPR. As Anderson will go into the right circle once again. And Parker will duel with him. And it's one to the Spoilers. Larson tried to center it on, hits the side of the net. Back to Larson. And back to Suda. Time winding down, 20 seconds left. Mo, Troffgruben, that's blocked. And that will pretty much kill it. 8 seconds left, 7, 6, 5. Devils Lake is going to get their first win of the year by a final score of 6-4. On the Chad's Excavating scoreboard, Devils Lake gets the win over Grafton-Park River. 6-4 after a flurry of activity from the Spoilers. Again, Devils Lake comes away with the victory. We'll step aside here for a little bit for our post-game coverage. We'll come back with our post-game analysis, player and play of the game as well on yourliveevent.com.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, In the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes to bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Contact the installation place in Grafton for all your spray foam installation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the installation place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the installation place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
It's a final on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard. Devils Lake gets the win over Grafton-Park River 6-4 in our opening boys hockey game of the season. Take a look at the stats and storyline of the contest. First period, Devils Lake had the only goal. The first they got on the board at the 16:39 mark was a goal from Ben Larson, assisted by Weston Stromey. Stromey's first of 3 points on the night, actually first of 4 points on the night. A 1-0 Devils Lake lead at the end of the first period. Second period, 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes. Grafton-Park Rivers. Noah Trofgruben scored his second goal of the season, his 4th point of the year, assisted by Camden Risky, first point of the year, to make it a 1-1 tie. Devils Lake would open up the floodgates, scoring 4 straight goals over the second period and early in the third period. All even strength from Brody Parker, Stromey, along with Weston Nelson and Logan Stokey. So they all scored goals there. Lots of assists picked up there on those 4 goals. Assists from Ben Larson along with Jackson Schumacher, Nelson and Stokey, Parker and Thomas Connor, and Nelson and Stromey on those goals. Grafton-Park River would cut the 5-goal lead. It was, it was 5-1 at that point. They would cut the lead to 5-2 off a goal from Marcus Moe, his second goal of the year, second point of the year as well, assisted by Trofgruben and Jelinek to make it 5-2. Devils Lake's Stromey would pick up his second goal and 4th point of the contest, or rather third point of the contest to make it 6-2. Grafton-Park River made things interesting. They scored 2 more goals. A goal from Jonas Kuhn. The Cavalier senior scored his first of the season, assisted by Drew Suda. And as well, Tracy Anderson scored his first goal of the year, assisted by Jelinek to make it 6-4. Grafton was able to pull the goalie. They had some chances, but just a little too late tonight for Grafton-Park River. Shot-wise, the Spoilers got outshot by the Firebirds. Firebirds outshot the Spoilers 32-26. As starting goaltender for Grafton-Park River, sophomore Kason Twomley finished 26-32 on the night save-wise. And meanwhile, Forsberg for Devils Lake, their senior starter, Brody Forsberg, finished 22-26 save-wise on the night. Both teams had 2 penalties each. We had just 2 power play goals. Each team was 1 for 2 on the power play here this evening. All 4 penalties were minors. by 4 different players. So, again, Devils Lake, they come away with the victory here tonight. Their first win of the season, avenging a 3-2 loss to Botano Rugby to open up their season. Meanwhile, Grafton-Park River has fallen short in each of the last 2 contests by a combined score of 17-6. They got some work to do on the offensive end. My impressions from the game, really, Devils Lake came out with the aggressive energy early on, and that gave them dividends. Grafton-Park River definitely had some spurts of success, but they were unable to make as much of it as Devils Lake was. A good effort for Grafton-Park River late. They did not give up. Really impressed by that. They kept finding, but just couldn't find the net enough. That experienced goaltender, Forsberg, really made a big difference tonight. But he led a couple of goals early and gave Grafton-Park in late and gave Grafton-Park River a chance to come back in this contest. So all in all, really active game, really great game with 10 goals scored. We knew it was going to be a tight contest. These two teams seen a lot of each other in the last few years, and these games really mean a lot when it comes to the EDC standings, one of the toughest regions in all of North Dakota sports. So again, the final score on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard: Devils Lake 6, Grafton-Park River 4. We'll hang around here for post-game interviews. And as well, a little bit later on, we'll have our play and player of the game. And we'll take a look around the scoreboard here as well. But again, the final score here, 6-4. Devils Lake defeats Grafton-Park River on the Chad's Excavating scoreboard.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Contact the insulation place in Grafton for all your spray foam insulation needs. Spray foam insulation expands to fill cracks and corners of attics, roofs, and walls, which seals conditioned air in and keeps unconditioned air out. Did you know that spray foam also lowers your energy bills, increases structural strength, and adds sound abatement? Contact the insulation place in Grafton at 701-352-3233. It's the insulation place in Grafton, your home for all your spray foam and roofing needs.
Post-game conversations here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Well, we got an active one in our first hockey contest of the year, first hockey contest ever for Grafton-Park River. Unfortunately for the Spoilers, they come up a little short in their home opener, 6-4 the final on our Chad's Excavating scoreboard, joined by the head coach once again of Grafton-Park River and Joey Demers. And Coach, definitely some chances. A lot of chances in that game, especially at the end, giving your guys an ability to try to fight back and win it. Didn't come up with it in the end, a little too late that time.
Yeah, we just dug ourselves too deep in the hole there. I didn't really like our game too much tonight. Obviously, I thought the last 5 minutes we kind of dug deep and threw everything we had at them. Made it a game, but we were just too sloppy for the first 2 periods for sure, and just weren't ourselves. You know, I don't know what the reason was, but just guys running all over, kind of getting out of position and things like that. So we got a lot to clean up for sure.
Let's kind of talk about the game in sections here. First period, I actually thought was a pretty good, evenly matched first period. Your guys certainly had chances. You didn't come out strong as you would have liked, I'm sure, but you had a stretch where you put it on Forsberg 3 straight times and won 4 straight faceoffs. That had to be good when you're looking for consistency to get that consistency.
Yeah, that was definitely our best sequence of that first period, winning those 4 draws. We're getting 4 good looks on Forsberg there. But we knew it was going to take more to beat him. He's just such a solid goaltender there. So that was probably our best little spurt in the first. I thought they kind of carried the play, and we were on our heels a lot in that first period and kind of running around, and it just didn't seem like we could settle in. We could get settled in that first, and emotions were high, home opener, you know, and I just felt like it just took us a long time to finally get into, you know, our play style and start kind of controlling the puck and making plays and start moving with it. So, like I said, I mean, we had that little spurt in the first, but it just wasn't quite good enough.
Second period comes in. Again, Devils Lake shows you their offensive firepower with 4 straight goals. But I think it was good for your team to kind of hold on and to not give up, because it could have easily gone 7, 8, 9 to whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I thought they just controlled the play the first 2 periods. That it was kind of amazing that we were still in the game. And, we just got sloppy, and that was kind of the disappointing thing. I just felt like, you know, the previous 2 games were kind of building up. You know, things were starting to kind of come together for us. And then tonight I've just felt like we took a step back. And, after the second, you know, you got an uphill climb to go. And in the third, we knew we were going to have our hands full there. But we just told the guys, let's go empty the tank in the third, throw everything we got on Forsberg there and see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens there in the third period. Throw everything you got. You certainly did with a couple of late goals, and the sequence there, it could have gone from bad to worse with Twomley trying to get off the ice at the end, kind of caught in a bad spot. But I feel like for a sophomore, he handled it well and stopped a potential another goal.
Yeah. No, we were trying to find a good time to get him pulled, and we were hoping to, you know, have possession there in the zone, and all of a sudden Devils Lake picks it up and started coming. So he was already halfway to the bench, and then we're screaming at him to go back because Devils Lake's coming our way. So Kaysen handling it well. I think there's a few goals that he'd like to have back tonight, but he's been solid for us all year. And as a sophomore, first, you know, varsity experience here for him, like, he's going to continue to get better. And he's played some solid goalie for us to start the year. And I know we got to do a better job in front of him to help him out a little bit more, and we got a lot of work to do.
Some bright spots there offensively. Nice balanced scoring. Good to see Kuhn picking up his first goal of the season. Mo grabbing a second goal, and Trofgruben kind of getting himself some redemption after drawing that penalty in the first period.
Yeah, no, we need some secondary scoring. So a guy like Jonas, he's a senior for us. You know, we expect a lot out of him now, and so it's nice to see him get on the board here and get that first one. Hopefully that, you know, creates some more momentum for him to tack on some more as we go here. And Marcus, just right place, right time. He just has a kind of a knack for scoring. He's just in the right spots, knows where to be. He's just a very smart player. So he was in the right spot at the right time and put it home. And Noah's got a good shot. He's a scorer. I mean, that's what he does. So, I mean, we expect him to score a lot of goals for us this year. So nice to see some guys get on the score sheet for sure.
I got to feel like a positive tonight overall was face-offs. I really think, especially in the first couple periods, especially in the first period, you guys were leading in the face-off department and giving your guys more chances in the game.
Yeah, for sure. That's huge. I mean, especially in the offensive zone, we can win a draw and get control of the puck and that's kind of sets everything up for you. And I think our problem was we were getting the win the draw and then getting a shot, but we just weren't getting that secondary rebound and that second and third chances. So it seemed like our shots were kind of one and done. We'd get it on them and they were breaking it out and going right out. So got to do a better job of getting hungrier on pucks and keeping it in the zone and cycling it, and then, you know, generating 2 or 3 more chances off of it.
Of course, there's a lot of hockey left to be played this season, and you've got a week before the next game, at least here at Centennial Center against West Fargo, and some more games on the schedule. Other than that, your message to the guys going forward on what's important to hone in on before the end of 2024.
Yeah, I told them let's show up tomorrow, get ready to go to work again, and we got to get better. There's a lot of stuff we got to improve on, and so that's why I told them, you know, you hold on to this loss for a while and make it hurt a little bit, and then let's show up tomorrow and ready to get back after it. And yeah, I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, it's early. We've thrown a lot of stuff at them, and you could tell sometimes they're just, you know, they probably are thinking too much, and we just got to get them comfortable and confident where they can not even think and just react and go play. And So it'll come. I mean, it's going to take some time, but yeah, tomorrow we're just getting back at it, and we got to get ready for Fargo South on Thursday.
Joey Demers, head coach for Grafton-Park River, joining us here on our post-game show. Coach, thanks for the time. It was a great game to be a part of, to welcome us into Centennial Center. We're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot, James. Appreciate it.
And we'll come back with more post-game next on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Grafton Spoiler Boosters would like to thank everyone in and around the community for their support. Thanks to your continued support and generosity, in the last 3 years, the Grafton Spoiler Boosters have been able to give back over $100,000 to student athletics and activities. Without your support of the Grafton Spoiler Boosters, this would not be possible. Thank you again, and go Spoilers! This message from the Grafton Spoiler Boosters.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Coming on back here, and some extra practice going on. Some youth hockey getting their skates on and getting their laps in as we finish up our laps for the night. Devils Lake with a win over Grafton-Park River 6-4. Again, thanks for Joey Demers for coming up at the end of the broadcast there for some coaches' post-game comments. Some score updates here before we get to our final notes. 3 tie games around the state of North Dakota. And Grand Forks Central leading things off with a 9-2 lead over the West Fargo Packers. Central, they scored the first 8 goals of the game. And Brady Kirkaby with a couple. And the rest really spread around, as Grand Forks Central likes to do. Zach Cashin and Noah Betker, the lone 2 goals for West Fargo. Looks like Central is going to take another big victory. 3 tied games, as I mentioned, including a 7-7 tie between Grand Forks Red River and Fargo North. And Red River just regained the lead here, 8-7. In fact, it was an overtime goal. Red River wins it at the 5:44 mark of overtime. Dallas Jackson on an even strength goal from Griffin Hogginson, and Rylan Beidel picks up the win for Red River. Red River dominated in the first period 4-1. North stormed back in the second period, outscoring Red River 4-2, and they outscored them in the third 2-1. Before the Riders finished off in overtime. 15 total goals at the Coliseum. What a night of hockey around the state of North Dakota. Red River comes away with the win in overtime again, 8-7. Another tie game, Davies and Cheyenne knotted up at 4 apiece. That one looks like it might be going overtime as well. Davies scored the first 2 goals of the game. Cheyenne then scored 4 of the next 5. Davies just scored 1 again, as a lot of hockey spread around there. 4-4 is the score right now. That's in the third period between Cheyenne and Fargo Davies. Another tie game right now between Legacy and Jamestown. That's tied at 2 apiece with Jamestown and Bismarck both exchanging goals in the first, second, and third periods. So we'll see how that one looks. Other scores, Minot blanking Mandan 6-0 right now. And Williston blanking Dickinson 3-0 as well. Other scorelines around the state of North Dakota. We'll get to our final notes here right now. We'll start off with our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game. And I'm going to go with a couple of plays here. It seemed like every time Grafton-Park River scored, at least in the first couple times Grafton-Park River scored, Devils Lake answered immediately, killing that momentum immediately within 30 seconds. Within 35 seconds, I should say, of Grafton-Park River scoring, Devils Lake would score a goal. That set right there is our precision plays of the game. And our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life Takes Energy. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Player of the Game here this evening. Let's give it to Mr. Weston Stromey. Stromey with 3 points on the night, including a couple of goals and a key goal late. That 6th goal really separated things out. Even though Grafton-Park River picked up a couple of goals late, if Stromey wouldn't have scored that second goal of the night, he would have been 5-4 and giving Grafton-Park River a lot more hope late. So Stromey is our player of the game here this evening. Again, our final score on the Chad's Excavating field drain tile scoreboard: 6-4. Devils Lake with the win over Grafton-Park River. Our first again of 10 games on our schedule here from Centennial Center. We'll be back next week as the Spoilers will play host to West Fargo. Until then, from all of us here at YourLiveEvent.com, Leah Burns on the camera this evening. James Martin saying, hockey fans around the state of North Dakota, show some pride.